Starting now. I'm recording this for parents who were not able to join. And I'm gonna put the link on YouTube. That's just easiest. And then I'll send out the YouTube link for parents who want to watch back and get any information. So just a heads up, if your picture's on here, I am gonna record the Zoom session. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We will be Sunday is the big event. So we ask that all students arrive at the Hyatt Regency downtown by 4 p.m. on Sunday. That's when registration will begin. You can drop off in one of two places. You have the main entrance of the hotel that's on Nationwide Boulevard, and then there's a second entrance in the back of the hotel. I'm not sure what the road is. It's off of High Street, but there's like a Starbucks sign and the big Columbus sign that's lit up in color. And you can enter in that route. Either of those places for drop off are perfect. And then, sorry, I'm getting a little feedback. I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody just because I'm hearing myself. And again, I haven't done this in a while. So 4 p.m. As far as rides to the hotel, we ask that parents, like ideally parents would drive because it does cost, I think it's $20 a night to park a car. You absolutely can park your car if students need to drive, but it is $20 per night in the hotel parking. So carpooling, we know families in the past have carpooled. Maybe one parent does drop off, one parent does pick up. Obviously the kids can talk with their groups, or their teams and see who's driving, and maybe orchestrate that. So if you want to talk to your student about organizing rides, we have had students drive in the past in park, but we don't cover that cost. So if they're planning on parking downtown, the cost is $20 a night. Any questions about getting to the hotel? Just while I'm on that subject, it's kind of a big one. So then fast forward to Tuesday. So 4 p.m. Sunday, and Mr. Blay has sent all of this out via email, all the schedules, and the kids also have this in the delegate guide, which I believe has also been emailed. As far as pickup goes, same location, main entrance of the hotel, or the Starbucks entrance in the back of the hotel. I wrote down anywhere between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. For pickup on Tuesday. Sometimes we end a little bit early. Sometimes it's not till 10:45 that we're done. We'll send out reminds throughout the competition with like time updates. We'll also tell the kids, make sure you're letting your rides know, especially Tuesday, because you guys are driving from Hilliard to come pick them up. That's next on my list. So that's between 10 and 11. It won't be after 11 a.m. That's definitely at the latest. If you are not part of the Remind, we do ask that you join that. I think that's been sent out in a couple of different ways, but if you text the number 81010, and I'm going to write this in the chat, text 81010, and you're going to text at Bradley Mod. That will get you registered on the Remind. But on Sunday to Tuesday, we use the Remind a lot. You might be getting reminds from us that are obviously directed at the kids, but just go ahead and take a look to read them, because that's how we communicate with the kids and the family. So you might get a remind that says, meet at the Taft room in 10 minutes. You can ignore those, but we'll give you guys updates as well. And we'll send pictures through the Remind of the kids during and throughout the competition. So that'll be kind of fun to see as it's all happening. So if you haven't joined, and that's supposed to say text, I apologize. It says text 81010 Bradley Mod. And I see some people are joining right now. Perfect. So yeah, all of our communication will go through that. We will send out our personal cell phone numbers if Mr. Blay hasn't done that already via email. whatever email is on home access, that information will come through. Obviously don't text us and be like, how's it going? That would only be in case of emergency. So if you need to get a hold of us immediately, you can text, but otherwise we ask that you obviously aren't just like texting us and saying what's up. Because we are surprisingly busy as well, trying to, especially with 8 different teams. I'm going to pause. Any questions so far? Questions so far? So we've gone over rides. We've gone over joining the Remind. Some things that we ask the students to bring. So definitely want to bring snacks. These are really, really long days. They start at 6 p.m. on Sunday. We just told them, make sure you eat a meal before coming to the hotel, because there is not a formal dinner on Sunday night. Every year we order pizza during the talent show so that there is a snack before bed, because the Uber Eats with 1,000 kids, it gets crazy. So we will order pizza during the talent show and have usually Jets Pizza like at 10:45. But with that, we also ask, if it's permitting, we would ask the kids to bring a little bit of cash, just so we're not covering $60 worth of 60 kids worth of pizza from our own personal bank accounts. So if they can bring cash both nights, dinner's on their own. There's a food court, there's options of pizza, and they can Uber Eats, but they are not allowed to leave the hotel for dinner. We used to take the kids out to eat, but we used to have 15 kids. So it was a lot easier. So now we have 60 kids. We are not even going to dare leaving the hotel with them in any capacity. And especially just in the craziness of the short north. And I know there's a big Christmas soiree going on. It's this year in the short north. So anyways, cash, snacks, throughout the day, they can snack. Now, breakfast, sorry, I'm flipping through my notes here. There is a Starbucks and a cafe. So they can, and those open up at, I think, 6:30 in the morning. So they have options to do breakfast there. The lines do get a little bit long if they don't go down right away. But they can bring their own breakfast. They can snack throughout council sessions and GA sessions. So just make sure they're well equipped with snacks. Lunch on Monday is provided through the $275 that you paid. So they do a big, I think it's good, catered lunch. The kids sometimes are picky. There are vegetarian options. It's like an Italian themed. I know there's like fettuccine, red sauce, meatballs, chicken, salads, and a couple of different sides. So on Monday, they will have lunch provided. Questions about food? Feel free to unmute and, okay. My next note was talking about what they should wear and pack for the trip. Basically until Monday, they should be formally dressed a majority of the time. I believe most groups have already coordinated their outfits. Some of them might have, you might have had Amazon packages delivered to your house with little country flags, or I saw Egypt with little hats outside and skirts that are jingling out at the meeting right now. So on Sunday night, they should have their like coordinated cultural outfits on. That needs to be formal dress, not a tuxedo, but a lot of times kids, I would say it's like similar to like homecoming maybe, where they have like, you know, a nice button down shirt and a tie if they're not doing cultural dress. Some groups will do cultural dress, you know, or just like any sort of nice formal outfit, but nothing extreme. And then all day Monday, they will be dressed nicely. You know, for girls, you know, skirts, nice slacks. A lot of girls wear like jumpsuits or whatever. Boys can wear like a polo shirt, you know, nicer pants, no jeans, for Monday during the GA council, because they'll be getting up and giving speeches in front of 1,000 people. So we want them to look nice. Again, they typically coordinate those outfits and say, okay, our flag has red on it. Make sure you have red on your outfit, things like that. So, Monday night, there is like a social gathering. I do think most kids for that wear like what they would wear to school. That's fine to, you know, wear jeans, leggings, comfortable clothes, sweatpants. as far as that social gathering goes, there is like a DJ and like dance. Honestly, most of our kids take the route of doing the games, doing homework. There's a homework room, a game room, like a relaxation room, and then there is a dance. So Mr. Blay and I are down there for the entirety of that, just kind of coordinating. Sometimes the kids come and hang out with us because I don't know why. That's their choice, if they want to do that. And that is from on Monday nights, from 9 to 11 p.m. And then they go to bed after that. They're all assigned rooms. We just gave them we just laid down the law that you are not to enter a room that is not yours, and especially not the opposite sex. They all know their room assignments. We are in rooms. They put the advisors in rooms kind of between the kids. So we're right in the middle. We've given them the speech on staying up till 3 a.m. We ask that they don't, but we're not in the rooms with them. I know Mr. Blay last year, had to knock a couple times to tell them to be quiet. But at 11:30, doors are shut and nobody is to leave the room. There's a police officer on duty all night long. So they know that. We've told them. And Mr. Lester, who's in charge of the entire event, is very strict on that. So they know nobody leaves the rooms after 11:30. Questions about dress? Anything there? I apologize. I'm going quickly. Okay. So yes, my next thing is just to let you guys know that the students have all already been marked official school business for attendance. So that's all already been taken care of. I don't know who all's on here, but if your student attends Tolles in any capacity, that has also been sent to Tolles. So they've been marked school business at Tolles as well as here at Hilliard Bradley. I would tonight though remind them please to talk to their teachers if they haven't already. We did send an email to all staff, reminding them that, and gave them the list of names of all 60 students who would be out, on Monday and Tuesday. But we also asked the students to please check in, make sure that they have a plan for any missed quizzes, tests, or any, information that they're going to be missing on Monday and Tuesday. As far as Tuesday goes, they're done, by 11. A few kids have come back over the years. They are absolutely not required to. Mr. Blay and I do not come back to school. So it's not the expectation. But if they have an afternoon class and there's a test and they would rather just do it that day, they just should let their teacher know that, obviously I'm here and not absent. That is completely your discretion as parents, or guardians. I think as far as like notes go and what we wanted to talk to you guys about, that is all the main stuff that I had written down. We did go through the code of conduct with the students. This is also in the delegate guide. We went through every single bullet point and just enforced what the expectations are. They are representing Bradley High School. And the expectation is that they are behaving, it's a good group of kids. I am not worried. But we did go through the list of rules, expectations, and reminded them that if something were to happen at the competition, that punishment we'd have to let Mr. Warfield, Mr. Walton, Mr. Hamilton, and Dr. Turney know as well, in that code of conduct, which has been sent out via email. It's within the delegate guide. I can also tell you what page that's on if you're interested. It's early in the delegate guide. It is on page 3. Nope, not 3. Page 12. On page 12 of the delegate guide is that code of conduct. I am not 100% sure. I think they do have the small refrigerators, those very small ones. I will double check and I'll include that in my follow-up email since I'm recording the Zoom. So I'll double check and I will have that information about refrigerators here in about an hour after the meeting. Other questions? Those were my main points. The schedule is also in the delegate guide. They're busy the entire time. Really, their only breaks are right after they get there when they're preparing for their council sessions. They will have a small break on Monday from 3:45 to 6:30, they have a break in dinner. And that's when they would, you know, they can go back to their rooms, they can rest, they can get their dinner, you know, however they want. That food court does have like 5 or 6 different restaurants in it. And there's like a convenience store too in the hotel for snacks and stuff if they want to bring money for that. But otherwise, that's all I had for you guys. Please let me know. I'll stay on here for a couple minutes. Question regarding, oh yeah. You can unmute yourself too if you want to ask a question out loud rather than chat. We have a question about.
Sorry. I have a question. I know that our group is going to be using their instruments for the talent show.
Mhm.
Sarah has a cello. And my concern is with storage of the cello, you know, it's rather expensive and I don't want it to walk away. What are the provisions for that?
I would be more than happy to keep that in my room. There will be no students in my room. I'll be in there, you know, so I would be more than happy to keep instruments. Maybe not the band. I'm looking at Luke's mom here. I think they have like a full band, so I don't need a full drum set in my room. But cello and that kind of stuff, I'd be happy to keep that in my room. Just have Sarah come find me anytime.
Okay. I just didn't know if they'd be able to go run them back to their rooms or what they would be able to do. So I'll have her get
time for them to do that. And then, yeah, at any point they can also keep them in our room, just, you know, just for safekeeping. Either Mr. Blair.
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much.
On that topic, the kids can't take a full drum set back to their room, but like, where will that sit?
Okay, so I actually this made me think of something else too, to tell anyone. So you guys are actually more than welcome to come to the talent show portion of the competition on Sunday night. It is late. I personally don't leave the house that late. But for this, I, you know, obviously am. The talent show portion on Monday or Sunday night is from 9:45 to 10:45. I know that Mrs. Murdoch brought a bunch of stuff last year for the band. I'm sure they orchestrated that. Her and her husband brought a ton of the band equipment and then took it back home, so they didn't have to worry about it. The only thing is if they make it to GA the next day, which we'll know that by 11:30 at night, they would need it back for General Assembly if their talent does get voted to the next day. We can kind of cross that bridge when we get to it. I'll also talk to hotel staff on Sunday right when I get there. And I will find out if there's a place for storage for larger instruments.
Okay. And I'll connect with Beth and like, we can figure out.
Yeah, talk to Beth. And then also like, I'll talk to them and I can send you guys direct messages on Remind if I get any information on that.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Welcome.
I have a question.
Yes.
My daughter takes prescription medicine.
Okay.
Is that something you guys would have to hold on to, or can she just have it in her stuff?
We don't, unless you want us to. In the code of conduct, it basically says like all prescription medicine can be dealt with by kids. As long as you guys have that figured out. If you want me to keep it, then that would be something that I would ask you to bring to me, on Sunday at 4, which would require parking your car, but just let me know in advance. Maybe even I could step out and come see you. But if you're comfortable with them, we are not administering any medicine. The kids have always just done that on their own.
Okay. And how many people are in the room?
It's, well, most rooms are 4. Most rooms are 4. We have a couple rooms, I think just one room with less than 4. Our numbers actually worked out quite nicely. I'm pulling up the rooming assignments here. I think we just have the one room that is not full. So yeah, all the rooms have 4.
All right. I'm comfortable with her keeping her medicine. I'm pretty sure, I don't know a lot of the other kids, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't just take it.
I'm sorry, who's your,
Megan
oh, okay.
Kraft.
Megan Kraft. Yeah. Looking at her, I think it'll be perfectly fine. I can also talk to Megan if she wants me to hold on to it. I'd be happy to.
All right.
Yep. I'll be there the entire time. So
thank you.
Yep. I'll chat with her.
Yeah.
Other questions? We are very excited. I know some of you guys, your students have been in the class all year. Some of you have just been in the club. Some of you guys are brand new to this. It truly is like an amazing experience. The kids absolutely rave about it. They love it. Here comes Mr. Blay to introduce himself. You want to come? Oh, is it locked? Oh, it's locked. Hold on. Sorry, I'm locked into a room here in the media center. I don't have anybody in my waiting room. I bet you she did the old one. I bet you she did the old one. Sorry, we had a parent who did the first Zoom that was my old account. Mr. Blay was right there, but anyways, I forget what I was saying. It's awesome. It's amazing. Like our kids, you know, they have prepared. We feel better than ever going into this competition. We have our resolutions are really, really solid. We fully expect to take some to GA the second day. So that's kind of like the big one when all of the teams are all in the same room. So encourage your kids to participate in the competitions. Those are not required, but they can win awards for competitions. Looks awesome on college applications, job applications. There's also like outstanding delegate awards and outstanding resolution awards that we have had people win in the past. So the more that they participate, the more opportunity there is for them to take home different awards. So, you know, just have those conversations with your kids about, you know, the more participation you do, the more fun it is. So otherwise, that's all I have for you guys. I'll stay on. Our meeting is over. The actual meeting is over here in about 2 minutes. So gotta head home and pick my daughter up from daycare. So.
I just have one more question.
Yeah.
About how much cash should they bring?
I think usually like for pizza on Sunday nights, we usually have each kid throw in about $5. Just between all the 60 kids, it usually comes out to about $5. And then they're on their own for dinner on Monday. So depending on, you know, how much they eat or, you know, it's like all fast food style, like Chick-fil-A, Jets Pizza, Subway, or there's a sub. So I would say somewhere, maybe like $20 of cash would be more than enough, unless, you know, I don't know. If I were given money in high school, I spent every cent. I don't know how kids. So, you know, to me, 20 would be enough, but, you know how kids are. I don't know. So I think 20 would be more than enough. The pizza on Sunday night between the 60 is no more than $5 per kid. And if kids don't have money, we are more than happy to cover some of it. I think in the past, Mr. Blay and I have each chipped in about $30 just to make sure everybody gets food.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Just want to say thank you. It seems like it's going to be a great event. Appreciate you doing it for them.
Of course, Mr. Blay and I love this just as much as the kids do. So, you know, we have a blast and it gives us a chance to, I don't know, get out of Bradley and see the kids in a different light. So it's super fun.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's a lot of logistics legwork, so it's
Yeah.
very much appreciated. Thank
Yep.
you.
No problem. And we will, like I said, reach out via Remind throughout the weekend. And again, if you have any immediate questions, we'll send out our personal cell phones. So I am going to go ahead and shut down though. And it looks like the kids are heading out, so they should be home shortly. Have a great night. We'll look forward to seeing and meeting you guys this weekend.
Thank you so much.
Yep. See ya.